Whenever you stand up, you always should put your blade in the water for a little extra stability. That's called a brace. If you ever need to look around you for a bald eagle or see what your friend is up to behind you, put your blade at your side, flat blade on the water, then you can look around and feel stable. If you get tippy, don't get high, get low, snap that blade down. That's going to keep you stable. Trying to balance like you're on a tightrope will not keep you stable. Another version is to paddle. Get tippy, you can paddle. When in doubt, paddle. That's an old kayak adage. Walking on the board is essential in learning how to become a great paddler. It will prepare you for surfing and many other things. Here I get my blade at my side where it's flat, and I can walk back and forth. Be prepared to get wet, but that's the way you learn. Here's a flat water version on a different board. Blade flat at my side. I'm walking back and forth. You want to practice this back and forth so it becomes really easy. Here I'm walking forward and paddling at the same time. Momentum is stability, like riding a bike, so that will allow you to walk on the board with ease. Now I'm going to do the pivot turn. I'm going to step back to the back of the board so the nose pops up. I'm going to do my reverse sweep turn. I'm going to spin that thing around. That's a great turn for many purposes, for surfing, for racing around buoys, and just good old fun. Now do the forward sweep, just sweep it around the opposite way. I'm going to stay down low. Use the whole body to rotate. Here's the pivot turn in a little bit rougher water. You see my paddle sweeping across that surface. That's called a sweeping brace. That's a ton of stability in that. So I'm going to sweep it across in your recovery. You want your blade to be in the water 100%. Once you take the blade out, you're going to fall in. Even rougher water, which is really good to practice in, these waves will actually help me turn. Like right there, I'm going to aim for that wave. Boom, I think that wave just swung me around. Waves are your friend. Another thing we like to do is to try to pop the board out of the water as far as we can. It's really good practice. And if you keep the blade in the water the whole time, it's going to keep you stable. If you take the blade out, you're going to fall in. See, when you watch that paddle, it's completely in the water. It's sweeping back and forth and paddling. I'm getting down low. I have an offset stance for my stance there. Gives me a little bit more flexibility than standing parallel. I'm going to recover back to the middle. I'm going to paddle forward, or blade at my side. Once you master the pivot turn, try the turn backwards on your board. That's actually a great balance technique and great practice. So my paddle is going to be at my side, flat on the water. I'm going to turn towards the paddle. I'm going to switch my hands halfway so I can be facing the opposite direction. And then I'm going to spin right around. At that middle point, don't overthink it. Just turn around. If you get wet, then that's fine. That's part of learning. Paddle around backwards. That's kind of fun. Spin around in circles. Then when that gets tiring, you can turn back around and start facing the other direction. Blade in the water, turning towards the paddle, and then you can paddle off. Here's another version on flat water. Leaning towards the paddle, rotating around until I'm facing backwards. Again, at that middle point, don't overthink it. Just keep going, then turn back around. Keep doing that until you got it down. Next level of turning backwards on the board is walking to the tail, which in this case is the nose. Doing a pivot turn, remove, and then getting your fin out of the water. Now, with your pivot turn, you can spin the fin out, and the board will spin around like a top. And that's super fun. Sweeping brace for stability, blade in the water, catch my brace there. Walking back to the center, blade in the water to turn back around, and paddle off. Another fun way is simply to sit on the back of the board. If you don't have the balance yet, or if you have kids around, this is a fun thing to do, and just spin that thing around. Kind of lay back like you're in a rodeo. You'd probably get dizzy like I did.